Just a disclaimer before I jump into this video. I'm pretty sure that when I upload this, it will be the 29th of March, but as I'm recording it, it is the 28th. This marks my 1-year anniversary for my first upload onto YouTube, but sadly, it's difficult to be excited about this because the day of my first upload is also the day my father passed away 1 year ago. Now, we'd argue all the time about religion. It was probably the base of our relationship. He was a devout Christian and I was not. But it was always good. It was always healthy debate. So I don't know how weird it is or disrespectful it might seem to you that I'd commemorate my father's death by disagreeing with him. I guess you'd have to understand the relationship, but I wanted to do a religion video so that just for a little bit, I can feel like I'm sparring with my father again. It was fun and I miss it.
Do you believe that good and evil exist?
Nope.
Do you believe that good and evil exist? The answer to this question separates Judeo-Christian values from secular values.
Judeo-Christian values are a specific set of values. Secular values are any set of values that are absent of religion. What separates them is God.
Let me offer the clearest possible example. Murder. Is murder wrong? Is it evil?
I don't believe in evil, but yes, murder is wrong.
Nearly everyone would answer yes, but now I will pose a much harder question. How do you know? I'm sure you think murder is wrong, but how do you know?
Self-interest, reason, empathy, all of those things together.
If I asked you how you know that the Earth is round, you would show me photographs from outer space or offer me measurable data. But what photographs could you show? What measurements could you provide that prove that murder or rape or theft is wrong? The fact is, you can't.
Why would I want to? Why would I need to? Proving that murder is wrong is a stupid thing to want to do. Murder makes life not happen. Rape traumatizes me. Theft makes my stuff not my stuff. I hate these things. These things are wrong.
There are scientific facts, but without God, there are no moral facts.
There are no moral facts, but I genuinely don't understand how the proven existence and moral doctrine of a God automatically attaches objectivity to morality. If the Judeo-Christian God created us with free will, as they say he did, designed us to have base instincts that compel us to murder, rape, and steal, but then explicitly express to us that doing these things is a moral wrong, that makes that objective morality how? It doesn't sound like objective morality. It sounds like a different drum to march to, just a higher and far more powerful authority than our monarchs, our dictators, our prime ministers, and presidents. Just a moral law defined by a supernatural being who gave us all these compulsions with empathy as a caveat, and I guess just wanted us to see how we'd hold up with the contradiction. That's not objective morality. It's a fucking lab experiment, and we're the guinea pigs. So I don't see how even the existence of God would absolutely prove that murder is wrong as an unshakable moral fact.
In a secular world, there can only be opinions about morality. They may be personal opinions or society's opinions, but only opinions.
Well, it's pretty well-reasoned personal and societal opinions, wouldn't you say? How does a lawless society work? The answer is not well and not for long. It's almost like you'd want to design a god to keep your people from killing each other, and to justify your killing of others.
Every atheist philosopher I have read or debated on this subject has acknowledged that if there is no God, there is no objective morality. Judeo-Christian values are predicated on the existence of a God of morality. In other words, only if there is a God who says murder is murder wrong. Otherwise, all morality is opinion.
But if there is a God who says murder is wrong, all morality is still an opinion. It's an opinion that God is right. So morality is just an opinion. It's an opinion that is strongly linked to the self-interest and empathetic nature of human beings. So it's a strongly shared opinion. What is it exactly that makes this bad?
The entire Western world, what we call Western civilization, is based on this understanding. Now, let me make two things clear. First, This doesn't mean that if you don't believe in God, you can't be a good person. There are plenty of kind and moral individuals who don't believe in God and Judeo-Christian values. But the existence of these good people has nothing to do with the question of whether good and evil really exist if there is no God.
Of course it doesn't, but the question of whether or not objective good or evil exists if there is no God is a bad question. You are moving the goalpost simply by assuming that the most desirable outcome is black and white, paper, plastic, cut and dry. Why, to you, does good and evil have to exist objectively? I can only assume it's because you really desperately want God to exist because primarily you fear death, which, funny enough, is a big part of why people think murder is wrong.
Second, there have been plenty of people who believed in God who were not good people. Indeed, more than a few have been evil and have even committed evil in God's name. The existence of God doesn't ensure people will do good. I wish it did.
Really? You wish your God created you without the burden of free will? Why? Is it because everyone who applies that free will incorrectly burns for it forever?
The existence of God only ensures that good and evil objectively exist and are not merely opinions.
Seriously, how can you have free will whether you were put here by a god or not and still have objective morality? Morality under these circumstances is still subjective. You're just at the whims of a tyrannical alien who will fuck your shit up if you don't do what he says.
Without God, we therefore end up with what is known as moral relativism.
There you go.
Meaning that morality is not absolute, but only relative to the individual or to the society. Without God, the words good and evil are just another way of saying I like and I don't like. If there is no God, the statement murder is evil is the same as the statement I don't like murder.
Basically, and I don't see what the big fucking deal is. Except the statement, I don't like murder, is about as useless as the statement, I like to have fun. Women like to put that on their dating profiles. It's fucking annoying. I don't like murder because, like all other sentient beings, I am hardwired to try not to die. It's more than just an opinion, it's my natural instinct.
Now, many will argue that you don't need moral absolutes. People won't murder because they don't want to be murdered. But that argument is just wishful thinking. Hitler, Stalin, and Mao didn't want to be murdered, but that hardly stopped them from murdering about 100 million people.
Yeah, I mean, you've already pointed out that the existence of moral absolutes doesn't eliminate this kind of thing in people. It merely categorizes these people as objectively evil. So even if they are objectively evil, it's still just wishful thinking that you won't be murdered. What is the incentive, by the way, to obey God? God will punish you. I don't murder because I don't want to be murdered. You don't murder because you don't want to be murdered forever. This speaks to objective morality 0%.
It is not a coincidence that the rejection of Judeo-Christian values in the Western world by Nazism and communism led to the murder of all these innocent people. It is also not a coincidence that the first societies in the world to abolish slavery, an institution that existed in every known society in human history, were Western societies rooted in Judeo-Christian values. And so were the first societies to affirm universal human rights, to emancipate women, and to proclaim the value of liberty.
Fuck off. It was Christian values that justified all this bullshit in the first place. That your values evolved speaks more to moral relativism than anything. But really, even if I agree fully that Judeo-Christian values were the key to advancing peaceful societies and that all this progress humans have made is down to those values, how the fuck is this evidence of objective morality? How is this evidence of God? You think it's more likely that a supernatural being dictated these values to us rather than we evolved over time to see these values as beneficial to our species? Why?
Today, the rejection of Judeo-Christian values and moral absolutes has led to a world of moral confusion. In the New York Times in March 2015, a professor of philosophy confirmed this. He wrote, "What would you say if you found out that our public schools were teaching children that it is not true that it's wrong to kill people for fun? Would you be surprised?"
I'd be horrified.
I was. The professor then added, The overwhelming majority of college freshmen view moral claims as mere opinions.
Oh my god, what did they say when you asked them whether or not it was wrong to kill people for fun? Because it doesn't sound like you asked them that.